Good morning. It is 8:10 a.m. I'm in Barrhaven Center in Ottawa, South Ottawa, and today I'm going to try and get around the entire Ottawa Rapid Network. Asterisks. The Ottawa Rapid Network consists of OCtranspo's BRT services, made up of the remaining parts of the transitway, and the rail services, made up of O-Train lines 1 and 2. What I'm counting as stations for this run is what's represented by these blobs on the system map, which have to be connected to either a rapid route or an O-Train line. So sorry, Chapel Hill. Also, while I was doing this run, O-Train line 2 was being replaced by buses, so whatever stations the replacement buses weren't stopping at, I didn't count. And just while I'm here waiting for my first bus, I just wanted to point out, Barrhaven Center is a weird station, because it's incomplete, and that's because the, something called the South Transitway, which currently exists but is in an incomplete state, was built sometime in the 2000s or something, but they never finished it. It was supposed to come straight to Barrhaven Center, but they never built that part. And straight west of where it's not finished is Barrhaven Center. It's just like a hill that blocks the two sections. We'll see more of that at the end of the run, actually. I'll point that out. So I got on the first bus of the day, 75 Tice Pasture, and I'm getting off at Lincoln Fields. Got a day pass, because it's definitely going to be cheaper than paying with pay as you go, from what I've timed out. We're just stopped right now. Oh, there we go. Alright, timer started. And we're just coming up to Marketplace Station right now. It's like a 400 meters away from Barrhaven Center. This is the stop that everyone uses. Nobody goes to Barrhaven Center just because this is so convenient. Just because, you know, all the shops and the parking lot around here, Barrhaven Center doesn't really have anything. And on the subject of stops that are really, really close together, here we come up to Strandherd Station, which is like another 600 meters away from Marketplace Station. It's kind of crazy.
Station, Station Longfields.
Coming up to Longfields now. This is more of a fair distance away from the previous three stations. This is like the real second station on the transitway on this portion. There's like sheep and dogs on the platform there. That's pretty cool. This part of the transitway goes next to the rail line. This is the main rail line into Ottawa Station. Here we are coming into Fallowfield Station. This is Ottawa's secondary train station, and I've learned that you can't buy a ticket between Ottawa Station and Fallowfield Station. After Fallowfield, this part of the transitway just goes next to the road, and there's not really any stations. This is the last bit of like intact transitway, I guess, before we get to the O-Train extension. And at this point, we turn onto an on-street section on Woodruff. So on Woodruff, the bus stops at all of the stops that the local routes do. I'm not really counting those as stations. Coming up to Baseline Station, or what will be renamed to Algonquin Station when the O-Train extension opens. This was the previous terminus of the Southwest Transitway, and it used to look a lot different as well. It used to look like Herdman, or the old Herdman Station. Now there's all these like modern shelters and stuff. Let's see on the other side as well. And because of O-Train construction, they've closed the transitway between Baseline and Iris, so we have to go back onto Woodruff. That was half the transitway there that they're building the extension on. And here's us making a 180-degree turn back onto the transitway. And Iris Station. And O-Train Iris This is this was the southbound side of Queensway. First glimpse at the classic transitway style architecture, and then this is the temporary platform they built for northbound buses at Queensway. They're managing fine with building the O-train extension with the transitway intact, so I'm wondering if they're going to keep the transitway along this section, or what they're going to do with it at all. Here we are coming up to Lincoln Field Station. They put a stop sign in the middle of the transitway. I don't like that, so we have to, stop. But here's Lincoln Fields.
Thank you.
Okay, at Lincoln Field Station, got to go over the bridge to this side of the platform to get the 63 to Innovation. I will say right now, though, that I really like the transitway stations. They all look the same, and the 80s style architecture. It's really, really cool to me. That was the bridge to Lincoln Fields Street. I don't know if it's something, but they've closed it because they're going to demolish it, I think. Also, I think this is the only transitway station with like a gateway newsstand in it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's the only one I've seen. Also, I don't know if you can see it there. O-train station that they're building. This is gonna be like the big transfer station between line 3 and line 1. You can have 4 tracks, I think. 63 Innovation in 8 minutes. Currently 29 minutes into the run. So we're approaching Queensway again, except we're going up this ramp onto the Queensway highway. There's Queensway Station over there, and going into a bus lane on the 417. There's the previous platform that westbound buses would stop at. That's the original Pinecrest Station. Eastbound buses still stop there, but we have to stop here because they're doing construction down there. Buses used to be in this walled off lane. This used to be a bus lane, and they would go under here and through over there. But of course, that's where they're building the LRT, so we have to go up this way. And here we are turning into Bayshore. And there's the O-train stop. Bayshore was built in 2009, so it looked kind of like the old transitway stations, except a bit newer. That's what the station bridge looks like. Oh, here you can see here. Yeah, this is what the station looks like. So it's built in 2009, and that's why it looks a bit newer than the other transitway stations. It already looks like they've finished the bus terminal for Bayshore Station. It looks like they finished it for Pinecrest as well. I saw a loop. I believe that's where the transitway previously went, but of course they're building the O-train, so we have to go up this ramp here, make a 180-degree turn. And good. Here's Moody O-train station, and I think Moody Transitway Station used to be down there as well. And yeah, here's the current Moody station. So we're gonna turn back onto the highway. Operations and maintenance facility here. They've already built the rails here. I think they're gonna build east because the rails kind of stop right before Moody. So yeah, there it is. here's another one of the on-street sections. So whatever local stops here, I'm not counting the stations. I guess the reason this bus is called the 63 Innovation is because it goes through this business park with a lot of technology companies. There's BlackBerry.
Innovation Station. Station Innovation.
I like how that announcement rhymes in both languages. Also, Innovation Station. And the park and ride.
Thank you.
Okay, walked over to the other side of the platform. We gotta wait about 20 minutes, 25 minutes for the 63 going in the other direction. One of the more infuriating things that happened when I was planning out this trip was that a lot of the connections I needed to make were like -1, -2 minute connections. So I ended up having to wait like around 20, 30 minutes for connections sometimes. So that's really gonna drive up the time. And it's not even like opposite direction connections. It's like connections with different routes going in the same direction. I just wish they would time it better and not have it be as bad as it is. But I guess it's OCtranspo, so you can't really expect much of them. See, this is what I'm talking about. The previous 63 was at 9:40. The bus that I was on was scheduled to get in at 9:44, so we're having to wait 20 minutes for the next one. Anyway, Innovation Station. It's a desolate park and ride, like a lot of the stations out in the west and east of Ottawa. Also, I like how the ad on the side of this bus implies that SUVs are practical.
Thank you.
Karen Station. I have to get over to the other side of the road. I considered jaywalking, but I don't know. The road doesn't feel that safe to jaywalk, as empty as it looks. Again, we went into the problem of the buses not being timed very well. Supposed to get the 62 Stittsville coming at 10:45. My previous 63 got in at, or was supposed to get in at 10:20. I think got in a little earlier, but the previous 62 to Stittsville scheduled at 10:15. Also, update on time because I didn't do it at Innovation. Honestly, I don't know why they call this a station. It's just like two shelters by the side of the road. That's the platform I was at before. However, they do have the old OCtranspo stop post for the transitway. It kind of mimic the transitway station designs. I think there used to be one in Innovation. I think they're starting to remove them now because they kind of want to get away from the transitway branding, I guess. These are some amazingly clean windows you got here. Stop focusing on the grind. On the 62, on our way to Terry Fox Station, and to transfer with the 61. Megabus and Ontario Northland serve here. That's kind of cool.
Board Bay and Hanana.
This is a nice station. I think this is one of the newer ones, like Bayshore is.
Thank you.
Alright, we're at a random intersection here because we need to get over there to get the 61 to Chinese Pasture. So slight change of plans. Instead of the 61, we're gonna get the 62 because it gets to Chinese Pasture slightly earlier, despite taking a longer route. But it gets here first. And of course, because this is just the same route, but in the opposite direction, we're back at Terry Fox Station. I don't know what it is about the speakers, specifically on the D60 LFRs that OCtranspo has, but they're way too quiet. You have to be pretty much standing under one to hear the announcement. And sometimes you might not even be able to hear the announcement if the HVAC system is going, like it usually does in the winter. There's a golf course out here. I hate golf courses. And back in Taryn, and coming into Eagleson Station. And with that, we've completed all of the stations in West Ottawa. Here's the other side of Moody Station. Back again at Bayshore Station. At the current time, we are almost 3 hours into this. And we are back at Pinecrest. And it's just the eastbound buses using the actual Pinecrest station. This station was also built in 2009 with Bayshore, so it's a derivative of the original station design on the older Transway, but like a little bit different. Coming up to Queensway on the 417, we come into this little bus-only tucked-in lane that's separated from the rest of the highway, and come to the Queensway upper level area. Oh, they've torn it all down apparently, right? Here we are doing the 180-degree turn again. And there's a better look at Queensway train station. And back at Lincoln Fields. There used to be the footbridge used to go over there on there. And that's why they've closed this section. This is the part of the transitway that goes along the KGZB Parkway, previously the John A. MacDonald Parkway. And the O-train extension on this part is going in a tunnel, like over there. We'll actually see the tunnel being built once we get closer to Dominion Station. And we're coming up to it here. That other road used to be the other side of the parkway. Now we're just on the same side as the other way. And here's the trench that they're building. Here's the main construction site for this station. Once the extension opens, Dominion's going to be renamed to KGZB. And here's where the station's going to be. And this is where Dominion Station is currently. Because they're building the O-train in the trench of the Transway Museum. The Transway bus is now going Scott Street, and we go over the Transway trench with this temporary bridge that they installed when they closed the Transway, and that leads out onto Scott Street. Here we are at the temporary Westboro station. Over there's where the Transway station was. They've torn it down. Turning into Tunney's Pasture, the current terminus of the O-train. Thank you! Alright, gotta get the O-train all the way to Blair. They've started the habit of running only single trains. There are some double trains, but a lot of them are singles.
Doors closing. Eastbound, Blair. Direction Est, Blair.
Across the 3-hour mark. Bayview Station with the O-train line 2
Bayview Station.
rebuild.
Station Bayview. Station Unity. Next station, Lion. Prochaine station, Lion. Lion Station. Parliament Station. Rideau Station.
The section after Rideau seems to be exercising an abundance of caution to make sure the trains don't derail.
Ottawa Station. Leeds Station.
I think this curve is also one of the curves that the train derailed on.
Burton Station.
I think a train also derailed on this curve here. Ottawa Rail Station and
Place Station. Saint Laurent Station. Cyrville Station. Blair Station. Last stop. Station Blair.
made it to Blair. The thing I like about Blair is that they kept some of the old bridges from when it was a transitway station. Now we just gotta go to platform D. Almost at 4 hours. The transitway used to continue down that way, but that was closed for O-train extension construction. This is actually the original transitway roadway, and that was the bridge over the transitway, and they built the O-train station up there. Bus-only crossover leading from the eastbound transitway lane out onto the eastbound highway lane, but they've knocked that down. So now the extension uses this to get from the north side of the highway to the center of the highway where it runs until Trem. There's the Montreal Road Station. Montreal Road Station. Here's Jean d'Arc O-train station. And here's Jean d'Arc transitway station. There's a better view of the O-train station. With the extension, they're also making infill stations. This was never a transitway station here, but they've added one, which I think is good. Coming up to Platts Orleans, you can see the O-train station there, as well as the transitway station here. I think it's going to be another situation where they keep the transitway bridge there, but I'm not sure because they are building another bridge. So they might knock this one down. Platts Orleans, by the way. You get a better view of the O-train station here. And there's the terminus of the extension on the east side at Trim Station. Get a better view of it there. And Trim Station. Now we just wind our way down to Millennium Station. Again, this is an on-street portion, so regular stops, I'm not going to count as stations. The famous quote by Electric Cables, "Do not drill here." There's a lot of deviations on the part from Trim to Millennium. If you look at it on a map, it looks really funny. Here we are crossing Trim Road. This is actually for the second time. I didn't film the first time. Antrim Road for a third time. This time we're actually turning onto it now.
Millennium Station, Station Eastward. Last stop, Belgium.
And we made it to Millennium. Thank you! So to get back to Blair, I'm actually going to take the 25 instead of the 39 back because it's slightly faster. It's another example of a desolate OCtranspo park and ride. Probably empty because it's, you know, the weekend, but this is really empty. Thank you! Okay, made it back to Blair. Gotta get on the train to Herdman. Okay, made it to Herdman. I'm gonna transfer to the 98. We're about 5 2/3 hours into this. Station. Smythe Station, not Smith. Riverside. Pleasant Park. Coming up to Billings Bridge Station. Here's the upper level. Thank you! Point. Okay, no, not the right one. Heron Station, by the way. I have a 1-minute connection at Heron to the northbound Line 2 replacement bus. And I really hope it hasn't come yet. There's nothing here. I don't see it. Alright, turns out I didn't miss it. Okay, my phone didn't record audio for this bit, but this is us coming up to Carleton Station. That was the bus I wasn't gonna make. I don't think I'm gonna make it now. Unless... no, he's going. Alright, I'll just take it up to Bayview then, that's fine. Carlingo train station is like over there, by the way. I think they might be infilling a station for line 2 here. Pretty sure this is gonna be Little Italy station down there, or I guess Corso Italia. Yeah, you can kind of see down there. I don't think I'm gonna count that as part of the station,
Bayview Station,
but
O train, line 1, Station
I
B,
went here.
au train, ligne 1.
I'm not gonna count it though.
Last stop.
And there we go. And I think this bus becomes the southbound, so I guess I'll just run up that path. Because I missed the southbound to Carling, I have a -1 connection to the 97 at South Keys now. So hopefully we're fast about getting to South Keys. And now we can get a better view of the Line 2 platforms. And now we just make a loop around the streets here to get back to Preston and the rest of the route. Here we are coming to Gladstone again, and there's a better view of the Corso Italia station. Coming back to Carlton, the southbound bus comes on the other side of the station, so that's what the other side of the station looks like. There. That's the front of it. There's a bridge going over the river. And that leads to Mooney's Bay Station, which I don't think this bus stops at. But that's okay, because it's currently closed. And getting back on the transitway eventually. This for Eastward. Transitway. Here's Heron again.
Aux chauffeurs d'autobus, vous suivez les panneaux à la station pour accéder au quai supérieur.
Walkley Station. And here's Greenboro Station. Formerly the terminus of Line 2. That's what they're doing up there. And we just got one more stop. There's a better view of what's going on up there, what it's going to look like. And here's South Keys. Last stop of this bus. We're gonna get on one that goes further. And also that's the O-train platform up there. Thank you. So it turns out I didn't actually need to worry because the one that I want to get is in 5 minutes. Getting the 97 airport. That is going on with this screen, oh my god. And we're almost 7 hours into this. South Keys is another great example of the transitway stations and why I like them so much. So that's the end of the transitway. So we're gonna go onto another local road, which means none of the regular stops count as stations. There's a planned station over there on line 4, and also a big tube. I don't know what that's for. And airport station. And I'm gonna get like right back on it. But yeah. Back out on our way. Thank you! Now this was the -4 minute connection. I have no idea if it's come or not. Just trying to see. I think it already came. I don't know. It's like been 5 minutes since it was scheduled. I don't know how reliable the 99 is, but I think I'm gonna be having to wait here for half an hour. Get a good view of Upland Station. And there we go. 7 hours in, exactly. You can also get a good shot of whatever that big tube is. Finally, after a little over 20-25 minutes, I've really been keeping track. But yeah, there it is. There's O-Train tracks. Yeah, it was a little over 20 minutes. And in the distance, there's Eastward O-Train station. That's what it is. Park and ride. And also a better view of Leitrim O-Train station. And we're coming into Riverview station. This crazy loop that the buses have to do. I mean, some of them take it a bit faster than this one is, but I can go pretty fast around this. This bridge usually lights up at night, and it looks really cool. I don't know why it's not doing it now, though. Coming into the Nepean Woods. And Nepean Woods leads out straight onto the South Transitway, which I was talking about at the start of this video. Coming into here, it's a median busway, and it only has one station. And this is it right here, Beatrice. Oh yeah, our stop is on this side. Beatrice, which means we only have to get back to Barrhaven Center now, and that's it. And because they didn't finish it, they just built a slip road out of it, and that's the way the bus should be traveling. And I think they're supposed to have a station here, maybe. I think there's supposed to be a station here, but they never built it because they never finished it. And that was the way it was supposed to go, and that leads directly to Barrhaven Center Station. I don't know why they never finished it. Would have made this run slightly faster if they did. So because they never finished the South Transitway, the bus has to take a meandering path through the shopping center roads here. And we have to mix with all of the other shopping traffic, and you know how that goes. And turning back into Marketplace Station.
Barrhaven Center Station. Station Barrhaven Centre. Last stop, Dernier.
Thank you. Oh, just under 8 hours. All right, editing Ryan, do the debrief. I'm too tired to do it right now. Okay, so I'm not aware of anybody who's done a run of the entire Ottawa Rapid Network in its current state, so I believe I have the world record. I'm also really excited for when O-Train Lines 2 and 4 open, because I think that'll really speed this run up. And of course, OCtranspo being OCtranspo, they're allergic to good headways. But if they just improved their time connections at some stations a little bit, this run would have been definitely a lot faster. But they're not gonna.